On a hot afternoon, the road under your feet can become one of the city's largest heat engines. Conventional pavement can reach 120 to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. In highly developed neighborhoods, temperatures can run 15 to 20 degrees hotter than nearby vegetated land. That is the urban heat island effect. Cities replace trees and moist soil with asphalt, concrete, buildings, and traffic. These surfaces absorb solar energy, store it all day, and release it back at night. Dark roads absorb 80 to 95% of sunlight and make up 1/3 of many urban surfaces. So can cities redesign pavement to fight the heat? Cool pavements are materials designed to stay cooler than conventional pavements. Some reflect more sunlight. Some let water pass through and cool by evaporation. Some use light-colored aggregate, reflective pigments, clear binders, concrete mixes, porous structures, or water-retaining materials. The science depends on albedo, emissivity, and moisture. Albedo decides how much sunlight is reflected instead of absorbed. Emissivity affects how a hot surface releases heat. Moisture creates evaporative cooling, closer to natural soil. New asphalt may reflect only about 5% of sunlight. Aged asphalt may reflect 10 to 20%. Concrete often reflects 25 to 40%. Many cool pavements reflect 30 to 50%. That shift can turn a street from a heat battery into a heat management surface. Reflective pavement coatings are the quickest entry point: gray, tan, or pigmented layers applied over existing asphalt or concrete. They work best on residential streets, parking lots, schoolyards, sidewalks, and bike paths. Public reviews show costs from about $1.70 to $37.75 per square meter, with useful life commonly between 3 and 20 years. But dirt, traffic, weathering, and tire rubber reduce reflectivity. A cooler surface can also increase glare and radiant heat if sunlight reflects toward people. Cool asphalt uses lighter aggregate, reflective pigments, or transparent and non-bituminous binders. Cool concrete starts from a stronger baseline because concrete is naturally lighter than asphalt. One high slag mix reached an albedo of 0.582 and reduced production energy and emissions. Permeable pavements cool by letting water move through and evaporate, while also reducing runoff, filtering pollutants, recharging groundwater, and lowering hot stormwater discharge. But they need vacuuming, poor maintenance, the right soil, and enough moisture. Water-retaining pavements store water inside the surface. In Japan, these systems were 10 degrees Celsius or more cooler than porous asphalt during extreme heat, and one mix was about 20 degrees cooler. The strongest evidence comes from real streets. Phoenix tested Cool Seal on 36 miles of residential roads. The pavement averaged 12 degrees Fahrenheit cooler at noon and 10.5 degrees cooler in the afternoon. But air temperature changed only slightly, and mean radiant temperature rose about 5.5 degrees Fahrenheit. In Covina, near Los Angeles, a neighborhood-scale project raised albedo from 0.08 to 0.26. Surface temperature fell by up to 5 degrees Celsius, while near-surface air temperature fell. That proves the key lesson. Surface cooling can be dramatic, while air cooling is usually smaller. Athens showed stronger results when pavement was paired with broader design. At Flisvos Urban Park, cool pavement was combined with an 80,000 square meter park and about 2,500 trees and bushes. Surface temperatures dropped by up to 12 degrees Celsius, and modeled peak air temperature fell by up to 1.9 degrees. Tokyo aimed for 136 kilometers of cool pavement by 2020, using reflective coatings and permeable, evaporative pavements, sometimes supported by treated wastewater. Surface cooling reached up to 8 degrees Celsius for reflective coatings and up to 10 degrees for permeable pavements. Singapore tested Perfect Cool, a dark high albedo coating that reflects near-infrared radiation. In the field, coated asphalt stayed near 38 degrees Celsius, up to 17 degrees cooler than untreated asphalt. Energy simulations projected 3.46% annual electricity savings and up to 7.69% hot day chiller load reduction. Western Sydney showed the warning side. a 2021 trial coated 14,700 square meters. Unshaded coated pavement averaged 6 degrees Celsius cooler, with a maximum 11-degree reduction. But air temperatures were not systematically reduced. Black globe temperature rose by 2.7 degrees on sunny days, and people reported glare and slipperiness. San Antonio tested PlusTie, DuraShield, and SolarPave in 2023. The best consistent afternoon surface cooling averaged 3.58 degrees Fahrenheit, and the largest reduction versus fresh asphalt reached 18 degrees. But mean air temperature changed by only 0.07 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, the surface cooled. The air barely moved. Across the literature, reflective pavements can reduce surface temperature by roughly 3 to 20 degrees Celsius. Permeable and evaporative systems can show 8 to 25 degrees. Thermal storage systems can show 4 to 14 degrees. Large-scale applications have reported 4 to 19 degrees. But results depend on climate, scale, street geometry, moisture, traffic, dirt, and product type. Building energy savings are often smaller than headlines suggest. Some studies found less than 1 kilowatt-hour of annual electricity savings per square meter, or less than 60 cents per square meter per year. The stronger argument is combined resilience. Cooler surfaces, stormwater control, lower runoff temperature, better water quality, visibility, and heat health support. The criticism is serious. Lower surface temperature does not automatically mean better human comfort. Reflective roads can bounce heat toward pedestrians. Performance fades as surfaces get dirty. Phoenix saw reflectivity drop from 33 to 38% after installation to 19 to 30% after 10 months. A Los Angeles area study found that a 30% albedo loss reduced cooling by about 1 degree Celsius. Heavy traffic can destroy some coatings. Every city must ask, will it last, stay clean, stay safe, and reduce heat for people, not just for sensors? The next generation is trying to solve those trade-offs. Phase change material pavements absorb heat internally before surface temperature spikes. PCM, combined with radiative cooling, has reported road temperature differences up to 8.7 degrees Celsius. Passive daytime radiative cooling pavements try to emit heat through the atmospheric window, with experimental surfaces up to 11 degrees Celsius cooler than conventional pavement. Photocatalytic pavements add pollution control, with NOx removal reported up to about 55%, though durability remains a barrier. Thermoelectric and heat-harvesting roads may one day convert pavement heat into electricity, but broad deployment is still immature. Cool pavements are not a silver bullet. They are a targeted urban heat tool. They work best when the right technology is used in the right place. Reflective coatings for low-traffic hot surfaces, permeable systems where water can be managed, cool concrete or light aggregate during resurfacing, and shade wherever people walk. The future city cannot keep building streets that store heat and then act surprised when neighborhoods overheat. Roads, sidewalks, parking lots, trees, shade, and stormwater systems must work as one climate network. If cool pavement is monitored honestly, maintained properly, and combined with green infrastructure, it can become one real piece of urban heat survival. Hit like, subscribe, share this documentary, and comment. Should cities invest first in cool pavement, trees, or shade structures?